Welcome back to You Betcha Radio Podcast, the coldest podcast in all the Midwest. I'm Myles, the You Betcha guy, here with the fellas, and Ryan, the T-shirt guy.
How we doing, fellas?
Fellas?
That's us, Jerrod. We're the fellas.
What's up, fellas?
The boys, the fellas, guys. How we feeling? Spring has sprung.
Yeah, sure has.
I'm feeling fucking good.
60 degrees out today. Snowing on Saturday.
Yeah.
60 tomorrow, fucking 27 on Saturday.
Honestly, the most amount of snow I could, 9 inches is so much fucking snow, dude.
I can't
Is
comprehend
that what we're
9
getting?
inches.
Yeah, I honestly, my brain can't wrap itself around 9 inches. Dude. That's so much.
Well, I'm glad you're not wrapping yourself around 9
Yeah.
inches.
Yeah, I'm
That
glad
would
you're
be weird for the rest of us.
You love excluding details. I said fucking brain.
Yeah.
You're
I wouldn't try and
you're
wrap
giving brain
That's
to 9
dumb.
inches.
I wouldn't try and wrap your brain around 9 inches.
I can't. It's too much. Too many inches.
Oh, yeah. No, that's what I'm saying. Don't try and do it.
I'm
Even
not-
if you
I'm
think
not
it's
gonna.
possible, don't try it.
Yeah. Well, I had a discussion I wanted to, or something that happened to me.
Oh,
So
are you okay?
I realized that old guys have slightly different small talk than normal people.
Okay.
I was at dinner with my wife and kid. We were having some pizza, and there was a guy sitting at the bar, minding his own business. Another old guy comes hobbling in.
Walker or no?
And they recognize each other. No, he's freestanding. And the guy yells from across the bar, "Hey, like, when's your surgery?" I already had it. And then he does this little jig on his, it clearly was his knee he had surgery on.
Yeah.
I was impressed because he said he had surgery like a week ago and he was already doing a little jig.
Already at the bar dancing.
Yeah. But he clearly was hobbling. And so then the guy gets up, they go and they meet, and it was a clash of surgery titans. If our small talk is the weather like we just did,
Yes, we did that.
old guys' small talk is all about surgeries.
We like the condition of outside. They like to talk about the conditions of themselves.
Inside.
Yeah.
That's a good
Inside
way
of
to put it.
themselves.
Not inside. Yeah, not inside the room, inside of themselves.
Cholesterol pretty high.
Yeah,
Yeah.
talking a lot of levels.
Yep.
And yeah, it became oh God, like, so what's the rehab process look like on that? And they started talking rehab, knowing full well neither of them are going to truly do the rehab.
No,
Right.
no.
I mean, it's just something to talk about. Then the other guy started talking about his shoulder surgery that he had and how it was still sore and it happened like 6 months ago. But he said the doctor said it could take up to a year.
Yeah.
Could take up to a year to get rid of the soreness. And then you start talking and comparing braces. You know, what brand is yours?
You get that copper fit or
Yeah, are you on a full like metal brace or are you just down to the sleeve now?
wow, I'm
you-
on the sleeve, but doc says I was supposed to be in the brace for another month.
Yeah.
But I'm feeling good.
100%.
model.
Yeah. It's like grandmas get together, all they do is talk about their grandkids. Grandpas get together, all they do is talk about their surgeries.
Yep.
Mhm.
So was it like a classic case of a one-upper, or was it just good conversation?
No, it was
about,
just
like, hey,
good.
yeah.
It was just good, relatable conversation
Okay.
because old guys, the only thing that's going on in their life now is surgeries.
Yeah,
Yeah.
their body's slowly deteriораting, so it's not like they're out there fishing a ton. They can't get out there.
They're just not doing as much. They
Yeah.
don't have a job. What are they going to sit around and talk about how their wife is, nagging them at home? No,
That's implied.
it's
Yeah.
implied. They know that.
They've been doing that for 30 years.
Why do you
They
think
don't
their
need to
body
anymore.
hurts?
Yeah, they're going to get like all this other shit fixed that hurts, but yet they like fail to want to fix their hearing. I think just because they don't want to listen to their wife.
Yeah.
Yep.
They want
No,
to
my grandpa has hearing aids and he just elects to not turn them on. He'll put them in his ear and not turn them on.
I
So,
respect
yeah,
that.
it just acts as an earplug at that
Yeah.
point.
And you can't tell them to turn it on because it can't hear you.
Mhm.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it's like I imagine these old guys are like, even they're talking about the special. Like you're at a restaurant and they're like, "Oh, our special today is this." Be like, Hey, do you hear the special? They're doing 2-for-1 knees over at the fucking at the clinic. You know,
Buy one, get one.
hey,
knee
if you're gonna do your rotator cuff, man, you might as well just get that elbow fixed too. I mean, it's they're running a special over there.
And they know the best doctors too.
BOGO for same or the less price on joint surgery.
Dude, if I am a surgery place, I'm just sending snail mail coupons for 10% off surgeries to any household over the age of 55.
Get the census and just click all 55 and up.
Yeah.
Well, just
Printing money.
Printing money.
Because I think the reason they put it off a lot is because there's no deal on it. Like old people only pay for stuff that has a deal marked on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like Tyler doesn't get a vasectomy because insurance won't cover it.
Yeah. Do we consider insurance getting a deal?
Kind of.
Yeah,
You're already paying for it. Right?
True.
But yeah, I just thought that was very funny that like they were so excited to discuss surgeries with each other. Just eyes lit up. And it went on for like 15 minutes.
Jesus. I mean, I think it's a good way to gatekeep the younger folk from entering the conversation though.
That's true.
Maybe they don't want to talk to these younger guys because they're like, yeah, they don't have anything fucking good to talk about. We've been talking about the weather for 50 years. We're on to surgeries now.
Like what surgeries have we had unless you like tore your ACL in high school? You
Right.
know?
Wisdom teeth out.
You want to talk about that?
Yeah, rehab process was actually quite interesting. Take those little water syringes and stick them in the holes.
Yeah.
And then you squirt water in there. It shoots food out of it. It's pretty gross.
What do they call the things that dry sockets?
Yeah. You're trying to prevent dry.
Trying to
sockets.
prevent
no
dry
straw. I still
sockets,
have mine. You're not allowed to use straws, right?
Not right away.
Yeah.
No, not right away.
Okay.
It hurts like a motherfucker.
I've heard that.
I just remember having a mental breakdown because I was so hungry, but I just couldn't eat enough like soft foods to like satisfy me. I just like, I can't fucking do this anymore.
I've had enough smoothie to get me through the rest of my life.
Yep. Old guys, another great topic of discussion on the surgeries. Like, oh, I can't wait to go on vacation. My joints are going to be feeling great. You know, after I always schedule my surgeries right after vacation so that I can feel good going into surgery, get a few, before I then have to do the rehab.
Speeds my recovery up if I'm relaxed.
And that's a 2-for-2 because they get to talk about their surgery and the weather.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, also they can use their surgeries for the weather. Be like, wow, there must be some weather coming. My knees starting to hurt. I can feel it in the metal.
Yeah, well, you did just have surgery, so that could be why your knee hurts.
No, it's because we got 9 inches of snow coming.
and there's a 90% chance they're either going to Arizona or Florida for vacation.
Right.
Yeah. Flip a coin.
Possibly Mexico, Cancun, not Cancun.
No, they're
probably
not doing that.
Puerto Vallarta.
They're
or
like, I'm not
something.
fucking dealing with customs anymore. I get the same shit in the Florida Keys.
Yeah.
But yeah, is that what we're destined for?
For sure.
More likely.
What do you guys think you're most likely to have surgery for?
My fucking ankle
Yeah.
that I've already broke.
Yeah. Probably my back. My back
Really?
or my neck. Yeah, I don't know. It just always hurts.
Your neck, your back, any other two things you can think of?
Fuck. Probably my crack.
Any one more?
Probably
Yeah.
You're bussy.
Got him.
I think maybe a shoulder might go for me. I've actually been pretty lucky that I haven't had much knee issues, considering my dad just doesn't have knees.
Yeah.
Like
It's like
when he was my
Terminator.
age, he started losing cartilage in his knees and stuff.
Jesus.
So got pretty lucky there.
What about your lopper's elbow?
Well, so that's like tendonitis. So
Okay.
it's not really a surgical move
Is
necessarily.
what is that? Inflammation or what?
Yeah, it's tendonitis. So it's like it's like an irritated tendon.
It's like
So
it's
the
more-
only thing that fixes it is rest. So the more it's like an overuse injury.
yeah,
Gotcha.
Right.
stress injury. Yep.
So not necessarily a surgical maneuver.
I mean, I have two torn. Well, both my labrums are torn, but it's just like I don't use them that much anymore, so I don't need to get them fixed.
I just how can you go through life with
Both
two
of them are torn?
labrums?
Yeah.
Well, they're not torn anymore.
I mean, maybe they healed themselves. I tore both of them in
Well,
wrestling.
like if they were still torn, you would have chronic pain.
They pop out a lot.
Your labrum pops out.
My shoulders.
Oh,
Yeah. And then they hurt like a bitch for like a week, and then they're good.
See, I don't get that. How can you tear your labrums and just not fix them? And then you're just good.
Because that's literally what the trainer told me at our college. They're like, you can get this surgically repaired and miss the rest of the season, or you can just chill because it's not going to pop out as much when you're older. Because I'm not doing the same sort of motions. So like they'll pop out.
what's
like,
the motion?
Usually it's like an overhead or a back and behind.
Yeah,
Sure.
well, like really do it.
No.
Well, first of all, I don't fucking believe you. So go ahead, pop one out.
No.
I don't think you can.
I'm not going to do it.
No, I don't think you can.
Okay.
Prove it.
No, you're right. I can't.
So do they pop
Can you
out?
imagine if he just bopped his shoulder out on the podcast?
Do they pop out and then pop back in right away?
Typically, like nine out of 10 times, they pop out and pop right back in, and then sometimes I have to have Becca help me get him back in.
Like a
But-
pickle jar.
Oh, okay. Because usually if they because my shoulder sometimes will pop out and pop in like instantly. They call that a subluxation.
yeah,
I don't know if that's due to a torn. I don't have a torn labrum though.
you might.
I don't. I've been checked out.
We should get that checked.
You just got a loose labrum.
You have a stretch labrum.
Yeah, they say if you can duck walk for 20 feet straight, no torn labrum.
I don't know.
I think
how
that
the
was-
duck walk.
I think that's why the doctor.
Talking about
had
your
to do
hip
it.
labrum or what?
Your lap
You know,
rub?
I take back. I don't. After hearing your guys' stuff, I don't think I'm gonna need shoulder surgery. I think it's probably gonna come to something else.
Yeah.
I think the main reason I have back surgery is because of this chair. Been sitting in here for like I've sat in this chair for like 400 hours.
I thought you were gonna say because I was carrying this podcast on my back.
You can send the bill to You Bet Your Radio.
Yeah, there's gonna come a time I'm gonna have to swap this chair out because even right now my back is fried. But also like I
Could also sit with better posture.
Or you could
I
stand.
try, but so there's a sinkhole at the bottom to where it's like stretched out. So like the straps like they come apart like this, so my butt like slides through if I sit with posture. It's a whole thing. You guys wouldn't understand because you don't
just
sit
would
here.
be
But
the easiest thing ever for us to just get him a different chair.
see, that's the thing about it though is I've sat in this chair for so long.
But is it worse than that one? There's
That
one
one's worse.
very similar right next to us.
That one's worse.
really.
Yeah, that one's got sharp shit sticking out of it.
Huh.
Yeah, you'll be all right.
You could stand right.
Oh yeah, I'll be.
I
all
mean,
right.
you're gonna have to have surgery at some point, so you might as well just like.
Well, we're gonna run out of shit to talk about if you don't get back surgery because of that chair.
Yeah, when
I wanna
when
avoid
we're
back
all
surgery at all
60 years
costs.
old, we're gonna need topics to talk about. So if we don't do stuff now to make us have surgeries later, it's not gonna be very good podcasting. So, really, it's an investment in your future, is what it is.
Right.
Yeah, I mean that same as 75 hard. It's just an investment in my future.
Hey, you gotta be really
Yeah, what's
fucking
the
close
update?
to that.
Sunday's the last day.
Hell yeah! What are you gonna do?
Go to 100 days.
Really?
Oh my god.
Wow. We're
Yeah,
on the
see,
fast track to 365.
You know you're
hard.
doing something right though when you got people whispering in the background though.
Well, I'm not whispering. I'm pretty loud right now.
I know I wasn't looking at you. I was looking through the glass. So
What do you whisper, Jerrod? Let's hear it.
I just said, "Oh my god," into the microphone.
I should compile the stats. Miles walked, water gallons in water drank,
Well, 75 probably.
weight
It should be
lifted.
75 gallons.
Well, some days I drink more. Like, some days I had to get a gallon down by 4, and I'm fucking parched at 6. You know, so
No, I don't know. Never done that. I've never had a gallon down by 4.
I'm soft AF.
yeah. Anyway, old people.
So yeah, that was my experience at the
Mm.
restaurant.
Not a restaurant, but we're eating dinner 2 nights ago at our house, and my 3-year-old looks up from his mac and cheese and hot dogs, and he looks at my wife and he goes, "Mom, this is fucking yummy."
Oh.
And it was awesome. I think letting your kids swear is fucking sweet. It's hilarious. And we have a strict rule.
Okay, yeah. It's funny, not necessarily sweet.
So we have a strict rule that you can't do it if dad's not around. They're allowed to swear with dad and only certain words. The F word is not one of them, but that moment I let it slide because it was hilarious. Because the mac and cheese and hot dogs were fucking yummy. Nothing.
No, I thought you were going to say more.
Me too.
I was waiting for you to say more. I'm sorry. That was not a. I wasn't.
I thought you were gonna.
I thought you were going to say more.
They were.
They were fucking yummy. And then we were waiting for the next thing you're going to say.
I know they were fucking yummy, so I didn't get mad at him. But I think it's.
Well, that begs a question. You know, where do you draw the line on your kids swearing? Should kids be allowed to swear? What's the harm in kids swearing? Do kids it's only frowned upon that kids swear because of what? You know what I mean? What's the problem?
Yeah, I mean,
if adults all swear around each other, why can't kids swear?
They're going to end up swearing anyway. I remember being a 13-year-old kid cussing more than I do now, and I still swear a lot.
Same.
So
it also just feels. It sometimes just feels good.
Therapeutic.
Yeah, it's like, hey, you have a mouth like that, you're not going to get a job when you're older.
Yeah.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Well, like they don't swear in public. They're not out there cussing up a storm at the grocery
and maybe
store.
That's the move, Tyler. Maybe you just unlocked a new parenting style. You know, it's like let them swear a little bit so that they don't have the rebellious urge
to
then swear later, right? Let them smoke a cigarette in the garage with you like once a month.
Yeah.
Then they won't be doing it behind the shop at school, you know?
Get it out of your system, buddy.
Get it out of your system.
Yeah. Well, get it into your system.
Yeah. Get it into your system once a month with me.
Yeah. Hey, here's some pornographic magazines. Don't give him the internet. Just give him the magazines, lock him in his room for an hour or 4. And let him have like once a month. And then he'd be like, yeah, I'm so raw now. I just don't even want to do it the other week.
Jesus.
You know?
I have been taunting.
Hey, don't give me that look.
Well, I mean, I don't know if I'm going to be pushing pornographic material on my kid to get it out of
Are you
going
to be pushing cigarettes on your kid? Are you serious?
Dude, you can't. If I would have said the same thing, you would have looked at me the same way I just looked at you.
I don't think I would have. I think I would have then thought of another thing that I could do to keep my kid from doing it, right?
I was just going to say that I've been giving my wife a ton of shit because we have 3 boys. I was like, hey, when they are 15 or when they are 17, 15, and 12, there's going to be a lot of jerking off going on in this house. You're going to have to.
You're going to smell it.
You're going to have to prepare yourself,
So
honey.
instead of it being a free-for-all, you guys should just contain it in one area. You go, all right, boys, mom and dad are going to go out for lunch. You guys all go to your room. Do it while we're not here.
You guys have, like, I'm not going to outright say it, but like, you have 45 minutes until we're home.
Correct.
I'd like
That's
to
what I mean.
reiterate, you have 45 minutes.
Because if they're gonna do it anyways, the last thing you want is to walk in on something, and then be like, and the laundry better be done before we get home.
Yeah,
including the socks.
I was like, hey, they're not just gonna randomly one day start to decide to shower downstairs, honey. Like when that happens, they're cranking it. Okay,
Correct, yeah,
where you have to prepare yourself for this.
Yeah. And I think that's maybe the move, right?
Yeah.
Showering downstairs.
It's like how we know an asteroid's coming in like 10 years. Like, that's kind of what it's happening for you.
Yeah.
It's going to happen.
And she's like in full panic mode. She's like, no. And I was like, well, it's gonna fucking happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
So like, we're going to have to do something to get a 3rd bedroom in this house or a 4th bedroom. So all 3 of them can have their own room. We can't have them sharing bedrooms.
Well, just do a shift system, you know, like it's like a conference room at a corporate headquarters. You know, you sign
reserve
up reserve time,
or it's like a doctor's office with the color things.
Yeah, it's like in use or not in use.
Yeah, you just have the red and green flappers or whatever.
100%. Then you don't even have to worry about walking in on nothing. Just make it a nice, safe environment. You know?
There's going to be a lot of knocking when they are teenagers. Any closed door, I will be knocking on the door. No dad rushing in.
No, God, no.
Yeah.
But yeah,
100%.
the swearing. Another thing that I didn't come up with this. I stole it from Chris Pratt actually. The only times his kids are allowed to swear, like to start, were in the truck or in the fishing boat, right? And so I started in the truck with my oldest like a year ago, and it was, if you can reach that handle above your head, then you can swear. And the first time he ever got it, he reached up and he got the handle and he goes, "Dad, check this shit out." And I was like, "Hell yeah, buddy." And now every time he'll just reach up, touch the handle and just go, "Shit."
So
And-
I mean, it is the old
shit handle.
Yeah.
I told him that's what it was. Sorry. Details. But I was thinking, like, that show back in the day, Kids Say the Darndest Things, I think got a bad rap. Because I remember thinking, like, this is the dumbest, cheesiest show ever. But I think now...
Was the sentiment on Kids Say the Darndest Thing that they didn't like it?
Yeah, it got canceled. I think it was just kind of
I
like...
thought people
Bill
like,
Cosby was on it too.
I mean, that doesn't help.
No, it doesn't help at all.
But I feel like people like that show.
I thought...
that was
I've never
well
heard of
liked.
this show until you just said
You've
it.
never heard of Kids Say the Darndest Things?
No.
And Cosby would just literally have kids come out and then he would just ask them questions. They'd say funny stuff. It was a great show. I thought.
I thought of the sentiment that it was kind of cheesy, just like a shittier version of America's Funniest Home Videos.
Tyler's like, there's something wrong with this guy. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe
That's what you should have. You should have
it.
spun this into that you just had radar going
I was-
off that this guy's a bad guy.
I was clairvoyant. I knew there was something up with that show. But then they would like play videos of kids swearing or saying dumb shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, what other problems do kids have? You could just you could just have him steal stuff out of your buddy's garage so he's not shoplifting at stores. You could do that.
Because I was going to borrow it anyway.
Yeah, and
Okay,
like what?
I need you to go over to Ryan's and steal his nail gun for me.
There you go. What's Ryan gonna be mad at the little kid? No.
Yeah.
I mean, he probably will be, but
But I was just borrowing it.
is it better for Ryan to be a little mad than my kid to get the cops involved because he shoplifted some candy out of a gas station? You know, what's better?
Yeah, I mean, could be a case though too to where they get so good at stealing your buddy's tools that they want to like take it to the next level. You know, let's
Hey.
see if we can.
Yeah, it's like
Let's see if we can-
they uncover a talent.
Yeah,
criminal Danny Ocean. What if
Yeah.
I'm raising Danny Ocean?
They're like lock picking.
yeah. There was this kid in high school. He got like so good at stealing from Walmart. He stole an amp, like for like subwoofers that you put in your car. And do you guys?
How did he steal that?
It's a great question. He wore just like an oversized, like one of those big ass oversized like Columbia coats or whatever. And I think he like knew the corner in the store where the cameras couldn't see him. So then he would take it over there and like take it out of the box, put the box together, put it on the shelf, and then he just would like throw it into his coat. Dude, it was the wildest thing ever.
That's awesome.
Wow. What's he up to these days? What's Dylan doing?
He's a teacher.
Is his name Dylan?
No,
Damn.
no,
It's working at Walmart.
Yeah, don't name him.
no.
Don't
I'm not
incriminate
gonna,
him.
you know, no.
No, it's like Catch Me If You Can. He now works for Walmart
Yeah.
Yeah.
in their
Detection.
security department.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember Walmart secret shoppers?
I remember hearing about it.
Dude, there's still a store, the sporting goods store in town that they have them all over the place.
Really?
And now they're so easy to pick out because they have the big cell phones on their hips.
I just remember being terrified of them, even though I wasn't a kid that stole shit. But I was just, everyone around me was like, they must be a secret shopper. They must be a
Oh, like
secret shopper.
undercover.
Yeah, this
Oh,
is people
gotcha.
pretending to be a shopper to bust kids stealing or fucking around in the store.
How did you know what they look like?
I never did. I was just
Oh.
always worried that I was any
Paranoia.
Sure.
random person was the secret shopper, and they're like, they're gonna get mad at me for taking too long in this aisle.
Yeah, you don't want to look any bit suspicious
Right.
doing anything. You don't want to look at something for too long because then they might think that you're going to try and steal that.
Yeah, it's like, I swear to God, I am just really looking for something. I don't want to ask for help because I'm. So
This is a counterpoint. This is an argument. It's just a thought I just had. I think actually the longer you look at something, like the less likely you are to steal it. I feel like if you're to steal something, you walk by and just grab it and put it in your pocket.
Well, you could be casing it. The longer you study, it means what if he's looking around?
But if I'm just standing there looking at a box for like 5 minutes, reading the box, I feel like I'm not going to steal it. But if I'm like looking around, whatever.
Yeah. No, you're right.
And
You're
then you
right.
kind of just do some,
Yeah.
So I actually feel like
So less eye contact on the product is more of a sure sign that you're.
yeah. So if you're worried about a undercover shopper who's gonna bust you for something you're not gonna steal, just keep the eyes on the merchandise.
Yeah, set an alarm on your. Set an
It's
alarm
when
on
you
your
start
phone.
looking around
Yeah,
that I think you become suspicious.
yeah, and
Right?
never look above the top shelf.
No. What are you looking at the cameras for?
What are you
dude?
looking in this? Yeah, why are you looking at the ceiling?
Bottom shelf.
Yeah. Hey. What's more suspicious? Me doing this or me doing that?
That one.
Second one.
Mhm.
Easy peasy. Fucking lock them down.
Or steal something really quick and then stare at a box for 5 minutes right after.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, you could wear sunglasses too, and just if someone asks you, just say you're blind. Because then you can look all over the place. You can check cameras all over.
That is the move, dude.
There's
Bring a blind cane and some blacked out glasses. Your buddy probably has already tried that.
Probably.
There's a really good.
And then he got late. The next day he comes and does the same thing. No sunglasses. He's like, yeah, I got LASIK.
Wait, you tell me LASIK cures blindness?
No, I'm not.
There's a really good stand-up bit by this guy where he's standing in line at the grocery store and some lady behind him is just being an asshole to him, and then he just pretends he's deaf. And, does like the
That's
deaf
good.
voice, and she apologizes, carries his groceries out to the car. So you could, anytime anyone's getting mad at you, like you could steal something, get caught, and then pretend you're deaf, and then they're like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I'll help you bring this to your car."
That is a good move, actually.
Yeah,
I'm wondering why she carried the groceries out for him, because it's not like
because she like ripped him a new one.
Felt
And
bad.
then his punchline to the stand-up bit was when she was finished loading the groceries into his car. He's like, "Thank you very
Gotcha.
much for your help." Then revealed he's
revealed
I
not
like
deaf.
that. That's
Yeah.
good. That's good.
I like that.
Jerrod, it's funny that you brought up Roomba earlier because I now have one. Do any of you guys got a Roomba
Had
No.
one in college.
in college?
Yeah, I got it on Black Friday.
I,
Cyber Monday.
Steal it.
Not from the internet. I tried.
my buddy could definitely he would definitely know how to swipe a Roomba out of any store. I don't know what the big I thought Roombas were kind of like this next step in life type of purchase, but I honestly don't know what if there is any hype, let alone like what the hype is behind them.
Yeah, they're not as good as advertised.
It's really about the long game, right? Because over the course of a week, it essentially vacuums your whole area, right?
Mhm.
Because see, I don't even know. Me being a 30-year-old guy, I haven't read the directions yet, nor will I. It's all trial and error at this point. That fucker's stuck underneath the couch every time.
All
I
the
get
time,
home.
dude. It gets stuck all the time, and then it dies, and then you put it
Yes.
on the chair. Yeah.
Like yesterday, we couldn't find it. We're like, it's not on the charging station, and we don't know. Like, we don't
What
know
if you
where
found
it's
it like in the pantry, just eating snacks?
It's alive.
Damn it. The last place.
You're like, yeah, I was like looking forward to some leftovers in the fridge, and it was like just fucking somehow climbed its way up the fridge.
Roomba, I had my name on those.
It's in your bed watching Netflix.
But then at the same time, like my dog's barking at it, and my kid is riding on
Dude,
top of it.
that's the thing.
And this is just a toy now. This isn't even like practical. It's not a practical use anymore.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I got it in college because I thought it'd be a novelty. I watched Parks and Rec and saw that they had DJ Roomba, where they just strap a speaker to the Roomba. I'm like, oh, this will be funny to have in college, and it'll keep my floor clean. And it just was a piece of shit. And now it's like, if I got one, my kids would have stomped WWE, top roped on
For
top
sure.
of the Roomba.
Baseball bat.
Yep. Yeah, within the first 2 days.
So you have it doesn't clean anything up.
No, it does. But I don't know. I would say within like 15 minutes, it's stuck somewhere.
Yeah.
So I don't. Is there a learning process that it's got to go through? Like the internal computer is like, okay, this area, whatever.
I know it's touch sensors. It's like it bumps a wall, it turns, and it just keeps going until it randomly gets everything, or gets fucking stuck under your kitchen table.
Now, you guys ever seen the Roomba? Like, I just call them Roombas, but like the Roomba lawnmower.
Oh yeah.
I've seen
Oh
those.
yeah.
What's your guys' stance on those? Because I was a huge fan of them, and like, yeah, maybe down the road and think about the purchase. But now I'm like, fuck.
Well, the question is does it do the lines? Because if it just goes randomly like a Roomba, I mean, your lawn's gonna look ridiculous.
So I think they
Yeah.
do, because those we've looked into them, and they have a hell of a lot more tech than a Roomba does. Like you have to put in either like Jeep bury wires in the ground for your perimeter, or get like you walk it in a GPS, so you remote control the perimeter, like drive it like a remote control car, and then it will do the lines, and then you can upload designs. So if you can put in like a vector file of what do you want it to mow your lawn into.
That's
Yep.
kinda
So
sick.
they
you
have,
can actually do that.
yeah. So
That'd be a
like
funny prank.
they're like fucking $9,000 though,
Yeah.
for like the really nice ones.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That would be a funny prank. You get a hold of your buddy's fucking vector file or whatever you call it, and you just, I mean,
writes
what is?
itself.
I mean, okay, hold on.
It writes
Yeah,
itself.
on 3, what are we all gonna mow into our buddy's lawn? 3, 2, 1.
A dick.
Wiener.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. I mean, that's what we should be doing with these robotic lawnmowers. I mean, that would be funny. Like your buddy's gone on vacation. You go bring your thing over to his house, map out his thing, and then the day before he comes home, you have it mow a wiener in his lawn.
Yeah.
That's peak comedy.
Or like that the Google Earth car or whatever is fucking coming around and you pick
Satellite
that
image.
Yeah, the satellite image. You pick that day to carve the dick out in the grass.
Yeah, if they had these in 2008, like Will Ferrell would have done a swastika in the grass trying to get people to not buy his parents'
Yep.
house.
Yeah, and Step Brothers.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean on that note, I think I can get on board with the Roomba vacuum if I can start doing like cool lines like that in my like the bedroom
In the
or-
carpet.
Yeah, carpet downstairs or I don't know.
Yeah, it's just like, is a Roomba's plan that if you just let it go long enough, eventually it'll cover everything?
I think so. I think it goes in like a grid pattern, and as soon as it touches something, it just turns and then goes a different direction till it hits something, turns, goes and goes and goes.
Does it remember where it's been?
I think maybe some of the fancier ones do.
Mine
but-
does it because it's been stuck under the couch in the same spot for the last 2 days.
Yeah.
That spot's clean
Well,
now.
it's because like you'll see them when they, especially 'cause
Yeah, it
we'd
is.
see them go into the kitchen and it gets stuck under like a kitchen chair. It hit one leg, turn, hit the other leg, turn, hit the other leg, turn, hit the other leg, turn, and then just beep at us until we came and got it.
So does it just go randomly, or do you set a time when it's supposed to go?
I just have it going randomly. Again, I haven't read the directions at all. So
Because if
I guess there's
was
an app for it.
if I was smart, I would just do what the restaurant does after dinner every single night. I would just flip the chairs up on the table
Yeah.
and then just turn it on, like have it go at like 7:30 p.m. after you're done eating dinner, and it cleans up the kitchen, and then you're good.
Yeah, you got
Then
definitely got
then morning for breakfast, you just flip the chairs back down like a restaurant.
you definitely got to do it when you're awake, because if you do it at like 10:30, you go to bed and Roomba starts ripping, he gets stuck and he's done 10 square feet of your carpet.
Yeah. Yeah. Yesterday it was stuck under the nightstand in our bedroom, and it had this is my own fault, but I had my charge cord sucked up into it.
Oh,
So yeah, I mean, you got to do just as much. Like the
I love that this is basically like another child to you.
kind
right
of
now.
yeah.
Is what it sounds like it's becoming.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah, they got to put outlet covers on stuff so the Roomba doesn't get electrocuted.
fucking
Shit like-
baby gate up so he doesn't go down the
You gotta put
stairs.
a baby gate
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you have to chop up your food really small so that when it ends up on the ground, it can pick it up still.
Yeah.
Instead of just take a piece of steak and just smear it across the whole floor.
Yep. Yep. And I
Yeah, Roombas are just like an additional child.
yeah, it's like I am now a new dad that's just got to figure out this new lifestyle
Yeah.
of like
You
I'm
have
a-
2 kids now.
Yeah, I'm a restaurant owner / like hotel maid service.
That sucks.
You know, picking up everything off the
Yeah,
floor.
you got to
and-
change the Roomba's diaper. You got to empty it out. You
Correct.
know, it's a full-time job.
Yep. Yeah, and I mean, I haven't fit. I mean, it's probably pretty easy again, directions, but figuring out how to get it to go back to the home base. I don't know.
I think you should just read the directions or watch it. No. We'll just watch a YouTube video.
Yeah, I'll watch the YouTube
So
video.
the one we had, it would just, the only time it would go to home base is if I told it to, like by pressing a button, or it was low on battery. It would just go back to the home base. Otherwise, he just roamed.
Huh. I feel like it takes just as long to prep the house for the Roomba to start going than it would for me to just vacuum.
And the amount of times you got to get up to get him unstuck.
Yeah.
Just take 5 minutes to vacuum the space.
He's young though. Remember, treated as a young child, like a newborn baby. He doesn't know anything yet. So I just gotta train it.
I don't know if he's gonna learn though.
Yeah, I don't fucking know.
Maybe a software update.
That fucker might be on eBay here in a week.
Yeah,
Like new.
He's running iOS 9 still.
Like new. Does have some verbal abuse though.
Yeah, it's been running away from home
OBO.
for a while now. Yeah, OBO, yeah.
Free, must pick up.
Must pick up. You got to find it first though, because
Yep.
I can't.
Or you just send the Roomba to the address.
That is true.
Yeah.
That
He
is
gets
true.
Stuck in the driveway. He'd make it 10 yards out of your front door. Thing's helpless.
Yeah, you could maybe rig it up as like a home defense system though. Just have
Put
it
some
going back
knives
and
on it?
forth on like
Yeah.
the front porch.
Just tape some knives to it.
Yeah.
I've seen that.
Could you like
Kilba.
you know how in Waterboy when they swap the motor out in the
lawnmower?
in the lawnmower, so then the fucker goes like 70. I wonder if you could do that with a Roomba. You swap the motor out.
He just rips.
Put a 4-cylinder in it.
Well, if that's the case, I'll just like I'll figure out like a small little chair I can put on and just strap my kid to it, and I'll just remote control him all the way around.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
I've seen a TikTok we were talking about them fighting where people like they do one balloon on their Roomba, they tape a balloon and one
Yeah.
steak knife taped to the Roomba.
Yeah, and they
then,
fight.
and they just let two go, and whoever
Mm.
pops the other's balloon first wins.
Also, what a huge flex to have two Roombas.
I know.
Yeah,
I know.
just for
It's like two Lambos.
Yeah,
yeah.
like I have two yachts.
well, they had twins.
Yeah, I have two nail guns. Why the fuck do I need that? You know?
You have two nail guns. Can I borrow one?
No, that's.
Oh,
I'll
dang.
just send my kid over. He'll steal it.
Yeah.
Well, you had two of them, so I figured I could get one of them. What I would like to see, what I would have more fun with, is a hoverboard style vacuum.
Oh my god,
Mm.
that's a great idea, Ryan.
How
A
they-
rideable indoor vacuum.
Yeah, and I mean,
we love zero turn mowers. Why don't we just have a zero turn vacuum? Hoverboard style. That's a great idea, actually.
yeah,
You just stand on top of it and you just lean your feet
Dude, it'd be
back and
awesome.
forth.
and like if I need to move, if I
okay.
need to move something, I can just reach in front of me, move it, go underneath, and kind of just
Yeah.
I was confused. You mean like the hoverboards that like kids were riding in like 2000?
like the one that we
What
had
we have
down
in the
there.
warehouse.
Okay,
Yeah.
I was thinking like a real, genuine hoverboard that floats. I'm like, that tech
No,
isn't
no,
real.
No.
Well, it actually is real, but yeah, it's like one of those where it's like a Segway without the top thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a great idea. That would be so fun.
I thought you were talking like Jimmy Neutron shit.
That would be sick.
No, just just a teenager's hoverboard. I don't know how you'd.
Why
It
don't
can't
you
be
just?
that hard? Like,
I mean, you probably could just hook up a Roomba to the front of it.
Or just hold the regular vacuum while you hoverboard around.
That is true.
that's true. That's true.
Got the cord though.
You
Yeah,
get,
that's
get
true.
a battery, get a charged one, a battery one.
Throws you off balance and. Dude, I could
You're wrapped in
have
the
the house
cord.
vacuumed in 5 minutes.
You imagine Ryan just
Morning, honey.
it could be like, you have like family chore on the afternoon, on like a Sunday afternoon, everyone's doing chores. Just everyone just gets a room and they just all hover around, and then you guys pass each other and you clean the hallway just by going from room to room.
Yeah. Yeah, see, that's a fun chore. That's a chore that a kid would want to do.
Mm-hmm.
How do we make chores fun again? Well, we take
Again.
yeah, that's true. How do we make chores fun in general? We take shit that people like to do, like riding hoverboards. Strap a fucking vacuum to it and you're off to the races.
Mm-hmm.
Or even like, those old school lawnmowers with, what do they call them?
The oscillating ones.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, having something like that as like a hoverboard style oscillating mower, and then you could just fucking start ripping down the yard.
Yeah.
It's dangerous.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You fall
fall
on your
ahead.
fucking.
Definitely. Well, I mean, once you get off it, it stops. It's just like a
Oh, okay, like a
hoverboard.
regular.
Yeah.
Sure, gotcha.
Yeah.
Where did Ryan go? He's stuck under the nightstand again.
Yeah.
So one of my least favorite things to do, chore wise, is sweep the garage. I don't know if you guys feel this way,
I love
and
it.
it's satisfying. But what I don't like is all of the dust that gets in the air and then gets in my nose, and I'm plugged up, and then I blow my nose for like 5 days, and I still have dust coming out of my nose. So I need to get a mask for that.
Mhm.
You got the garage door open.
Oh yeah,
You got the back door open for air
Oh,
flow
yeah.
straight through.
Circulate.
Yeah.
and maybe part of it is that I do it so little
Yeah.
that I just have such a thick layer of dirt that it's like I'm just on a baseball. It's like I'm on a baseball diamond and I'm just brooming
Agger line.
the base path.
Yeah.
I think that might be it.
Okay.
'Cause
All
I-
right. I'll
I-
shut the fuck up.
I sweep my garage regularly, I guess. Because I do woodworking in there and there's sawdust all over the fucking place. And I don't want to let that build up. So I just sweep the whole thing when I sweep the sawdust.
Yeah, that's probably my problem. I just let it go.
Or attach a fan to your chest so it blows away from
Hey.
the nose.
Yeah.
Not a bad idea. One of those clip-on cap fans for your
Mhm.
face, but just
Yeah.
point it out instead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They know how to sweep the garages by.
Side note, if they could get a garage sweeper Roomba, I would think I would be at least, I'd be willing to try it.
Okay. I
Not
might have
bad.
to throw that fucker in the garage tonight.
See what
Hey, you're
happens.
sleeping in the garage.
You get stuck underneath the couch one more time, you're sleeping
Yeah.
in the garage.
Yep.
It just gets, you just back over it in the morning. It
Yeah.
dies under your car.
Ah, fuck.
Yeah, I get wedged under the back tire.
You got
At that
a
point,
flat
it just
tire.
wasn't meant to be.
That's what happened to my fucking dog growing up.
Oh
We
my
had a
God,
carpenter
Jesus
over.
Christ, Tyler.
Wait,
We-
what happened?
We had a carpenter at our house and it was like 100 degrees out and the dog was chilling under the carpenter's truck trying to get some shade
Mm.
and dude backed him over. It was sad.
You really know how to keep the good vibes going, Tyler.
Yeah, that
Doggone it.
You got any other pet death stories you'd like
Trauma
to?
stories.
I had a hermit
What
crab.
else you got?
I had a hermit crab once that I'm pretty sure I buried alive.
Okay, yeah, let's just them out. What else?
don't hermit crabs like burrow through like the sand and shit?
Yeah, I don't know. I had him. He was for sure looked like he didn't move for like 3 days, and then I went outside to bury him, and he came out of his shell. But my dad told me that it was just probably like his electric impulses are making his body twitch.
I don't think that's
So I still just buried him. So I'm pretty sure I buried my hermit crab alive.
Your dad was just sick of like
Yeah.
getting food for him. Yeah. What do they eat?
Little pellets of like it's just hermit crab food you get at the store.
Yeah, they just eat
Dumb
hermit
food.
crab food.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was dumb. Of me.
I don't know what's in it. It's just little pellets of shit.
Yeah.
Huh. My dad always told me if you kill it, you got to eat it. So I was like, you killed your hermit crab, you should have had to eat it.
Well, I didn't kill him. It was
So
electrical.
by that
impulses.
thought process,
You're
Jerrod
bugged.
should have eaten Finn Diesel.
Finn died of what was
Natural causes.
Natural causes.
Because
It
I
was
was feeding him.
forced starvation, natural.
Indirectly.
Yeah. Well, Jerrod has just had him on a fast.
So
He's
if you
on it
put your
instead.
dog down, you say your dad by your dad's logic,
a
you have
weird
to
one.
you have to eat your dog.
Well, no,
Yeah.
Or the vet has to eat your dog. Whoever kills or eats
Hey,
it.
those vets are eating good. They euthanize a lot of animals.
Yeah.
yeah. You get it.
Oh yeah, sure.
You get it.
It's a good idea on paper.
What do you got going on, Jerrod?
I'm looking to buy a house right now. and
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it's I don't even know what to say about it.
You're trying to buy a house.
Yeah.
What stage are you in? Are you just looking? Are you pre-approved? How serious are you at the moment?
Pre-approved, and we're looking at one place, and we gave the earnest money already.
Yep. Put earnest money
Yeah,
down.
yeah.
So you got an accepted offer.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
Oh,
and an inspection's been done too, but it's been
Oh.
such a tough process. The whole
So you're not trying to buy a house. You
You
bought
are.
a house.
not really. Not.
I
there-
mean, Yeah.
Because we've come close twice already, and we haven't.
Have you gotten this far before?
Yes,
With earnest money and an inspection.
So you've just
Yes.
been losing money on earnest
we've
money?
gotten some of it back, or most of it back. But yeah, it's
So-
been.
is it the inspection that is like you find something out that they're like, hey, this isn't.
That was on one of the houses. One of the
gotcha.
two,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Which is good because your offer's pending inspection, I would assume.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just been a nightmare.
Where at in town?
Moorhead.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
Nice.
it's been just I don't know. It's because like when I think something goes this way, it goes the other way. I'm always like thinking the wrong thing.
So now you're playing the like what I like to do if I gamble at any point. You know, it's like like I don't want to win.
Yeah.
Reverse psychology, just like the aura in the air.
You don't
Yeah.
even want the house, so
Right.
if you get it, like whatever.
Yeah.
Completely jinxing it. That's what I don't want to do.
Yeah.
So this is your third house you've had an accepted offer on.
Yep.
Jesus.
In the span of like a month and a half.
Holy shit.
Also, I like how you're just keeping this to yourself.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say. I
I'm a
was like,
little offended.
You guys haven't asked about it.
Ooh, how would I know?
Do you guys
Oh.
ask about anything I've been doing?
How would
I
it
just tell
sound?
you.
How would it sound if I went up to you, Jerrod, was like, "Hey, you get out of that fucking apartment yet?"
No.
That doesn't seem very nice.
Jared, you came up to me one day and you're like, hey, I got to take the afternoon off. I'm going to the bank. I'm like, oh, cool. What for? And you're like, just banking stuff.
Yeah.
So,
So,
that's on you.
yeah.
I wasn't wrong though.
That's true.
Yeah, but yeah.
Yeah.
Technically, we weren't on the podcast, though, so you couldn't be like, "Well, it's a good thing this is a podcast."
You know, why do we even open up to Jerrod
I get
if we
why?
can't get it in return?
The man of mystery.
Yeah.
So, how many are we talking? 2 bed, 3 bed, 4 bed, 5 bed,
5 bed. No, it's a
I
3
mean,
bed.
you could have
3
a two,
bed, 2 bath.
You could have a
Yep.
2-room 6 bed. You just got bunk beds and shit.
Mhm.
What's your first purchase? Just going to be a Roomba or what?
I think we need a couch.
What I would love to know, what have been the mental notes that you have taken after listening to me, Tyler, and Ryan talk about home ownership
Oh man.
for the past however many years? What did we do that you're like, I will never fucking do that?
Make sure my roof is good to go.
Okay.
Okay, pending
Need a good
inspection.
roof.
Yep.
Yep.
Need over 2,000 SQFT.
Okay.
Yeah,
is
what-
this,
what do we
is,
Want to
that?
get labeled?
is this sub or
You don't know.
you don't know? Look it up right now.
Because you
You
have
got to know if you bought into a sub SQFT.
Okay, I gotta dig
What?
it up.
Sub 2K SQFT.
Ryan, you sold your old house?
no, I
Sold it to
I
me.
still got it just for fun. I think.
I didn't know if it's
Yeah,
sold or not
he
yet.
sold it. He's
Yeah,
being a
fuck-
dick.
Yeah, what the
Fucking
fuck?
ass.
I fucker sold.
I didn't.
Yeah,
I was gonna say you could sell it to Jared.
You could have sold it to Jerrod.
I think I maybe.
I think you inquired.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, I threw it out there.
Yeah.
So you knew he was interested in buying a home and you didn't tell anyone?
No, I didn't know he was interested. He declined, so I assumed he wasn't interested. Like,
So he must
know.
not want a home at all. Then.
If he
Yeah,
doesn't
you-
want mine, he doesn't want one.
yeah.
I gotta find it.
Yeah, we sold that a while ago.
Okay.
Yep.
Does it need updating or you have to do home project? Are you going to turn into a weekend warrior?
It just needs painting and a new water heater. That's about it.
Okay. Ryan
So-
knows a guy on the
I
water
got it.
heater.
Yeah,
He's got
I-
a water heater.
I had to buy a new one. I enjoyed it for 6 days and then moved out.
Water got cold.
So
I
He
can't.
he got cold water and moved out.
Buy one that's more than 30 gallons.
1850 square feet.
Okay. So we got a new member of the sub 2K SQFT club.
yeah,
Because yours is what?
It's like 22 or something.
It feels good to be back though,
Yeah.
having a member in the sub 2K SQFT though.
Jared, it's not as bad as you think it
You
is.
just hand into the baton.
You can do
to
some
me.
damage with sub 2K
No.
SQFT.
Yeah.
I think it's great. That's awesome. Congratulations, Jerrod.
Yeah,
Well, we don't know.
congrats,
We don't
dude.
know. We don't know.
Well,
I've been to this stage.
Yeah, you know what? Just by
I
the
don't even want it.
sounding of the SQFT, you probably don't even want that
Yeah.
house.
Exactly.
Yeah, you don't
Yeah.
even want it.
We're gonna pull the
No.
buddy.
Yeah,
And then you got to mow the fucking lawn and
Mhm.
sweep the garage.
I also can't believe the amount of paperwork you have to sign.
It's
oh,
unbelievable. Banking industry is keeping paper companies in business.
Well, wait till you fucking close.
I
You're going to
know.
have to
I
sign
hear- yeah.
30
And-
things.
Well, but here's the thing. And so I asked my banker, I was like, because I was like, this is fucking ridiculous. What are we doing? And he's like, he's like, yeah, you could just sign these online, but like something with the government, they don't have a system to like document it or whatever online. It's all paper. So that's why it's like we have all the technology, the ability to do this online, but because the government or something
dragging their feet.
So
We have like cloud services that can store,
we have artificial intelligence that can draft up these documents automatically, but we can't sign them online.
Yeah, the biggest thing is getting them to fucking print. Imagine how printer issues these places are having.
Can't imagine.
Oh my God.
They get
No wonder real estate and all banking all takes so long. Yeah, wait for the printer.
Well, then like when you
can't get connected.
when you go to close, the people who are like handing you the documents to sign, it's always a classic like. So this document pretty much just says, and it's like one sentence after that, even though the document's like 4 pages long. You're like, okay, sounds good.
Yeah, but yeah, I've been in a scenario where they've handed me documents and been like, so yeah, if you just want to like read through that. And I started, it was early on in my document signing career. And I started reading it and I got like a paragraph in and I just went to the bottom. I just fucking and then I would just look, you just glance at the page and then go to the next one. You just, I don't know what, I'm not looking at anything. And then you just go to the
Your
next page.
eyes are crossed. You're just doing the motions.
So the fact that people do give you the rundown in one sentence, that's great.
You're selling your soul to Satan here?
Yeah. Hey, at least you're honest.
Sure
with
thing.
that,
Jerrod, are you going to do a photo with your sold sign in front? For your realtor?
If it's still there, we can. Yeah, I'll do it if it's still there.
The sold sign is still up in the house that I sold
Borrow
3
it.
months ago.
Okay.
I think it's because the ground's frozen.
Gotcha.
You can't really get it out.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah, I could do that. I could make a photo of that.
Well, I just wonder if you're going to do it.
I haven't thought about it till now, but I could totally do it.
He's right because you haven't bought the house yet.
Yeah,
Smart.
Sold.
Look at you, don't really. I don't know. You just
Mhm.
maybe stay away from this.
When you
one.
guys went and we'll look through it, I'm guessing you went and looked through it. I don't think you're buying this site unseen.
Really good photos.
Yeah. It's so much space. wide angle
2022
lens.
people were doing that shit.
Did you guys walk through it? And as you're walking through, do you guys do what every person does? And be like, yeah, and then we could like have
Mhm.
this
Oh, yeah.
over here, and then like this over here.
My wife did that the whole time.
Yeah.
How many of those statements that she made included you like having to maybe DIY something?
Yeah, she wants to do like the backsplash,
Oh yeah,
The
there we
deck.
go. Huge.
Hell yeah.
The
Yeah.
debt, like
staining the deck.
oh
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
that's
another
pretty
crazy.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, if you're just gonna stay in a deck, you might as well swing through my house and stay
Oh,
in
your
that
bench. Yeah. Okay.
Outsource it a little bit.
2 stones.
no, I think didn't I offer to come stay in your bench and you said no?
Yeah, it sounds right.
Yeah, I think I did.
Yeah, I mean that was when I was young and dumb though.
Ah,
You
okay.
know, I had too much pride back then.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
think-
Do you want to come by and stay
While
in
you're
the
gone.
bench?
I think you said if you want something done right, you need to do it yourself.
That doesn't sound right.
Yeah, I'll give you access to my garage door, like remote access while I'm gone. You can just pop in.
Also, sweep the
And
garage
then-
while you're at it.
just wear a mask.
Now I just have a whole list of stuff to do.
Some laundry.
My brother-in-law did that. My sister, they went on like a 10-day vacation somewhere, and while we were gone, that he had someone come in and like redo their kitchen.
Oh,
So
Kind of a good
smart.
idea.
that's smart.
So Ryan, if you do that, it'd be great.
Yeah, I mean,
Redo his
would
kitchen.
people be disappointed if the bench finally got stained? Or is it
Depends
something that we all just need to
So
move
what you
on
gotta-
from and
what you
get it
got-
done?
What you got to remember is, yes, today it is the bench, but tomorrow it could be something else. And so by completing it, it isn't that it's the end of the list. It's
Yeah.
this. Then we find out what the next fucking
That's
thing
true.
I have to do.
Yeah, and then you'll go on vacation. Once you know it, I'm over, taping, texturing your garage or something. Yeah.
Painting the garage Revere pewter.
Yeah. That's actually a color of my old truck. Pewter.
Yeah. My wife loves talking about Revere pewter.
Yeah, I'm just pewter in general is a good color.
It's just a paint color.
The
yeah.
paint colors. I don't know how they come up with the names of the paint colors.
Well, because there's so many shades that you can't just call it gray.
Right.
You know, like there's 50 shades of gray.
That was a good one.
It's like they just throw a dart at 2 words and that's what they name the color.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I came across a paint color called Dragon's Breath. What color do you
Red.
think it was?
My gut said green right away, and then Jerrod said red. I'm like, that makes way more sense.
Mix those two. It's like a deep brown.
Oh, like a pewter.
What?
Like a dragon's breath.
like charred dragon's breath.
Yeah, they should have called it like the
Dragon shit is what they should have called it.
Probably what it is. I mean, Jerry, you should have let off the podcast with that you bought a house.
Well, I haven't bought it yet.
Yeah, I know, but you bought a house.
Yeah.
You actually bought 3 houses.
Ernest is in the
A month
picture
and a half.
now.
Yeah. Earnest money. So you're waiting on inspection?
No, it's already been inspected. So we're just waiting
So
for
now you're good.
Waiting for the report.
Yeah, we're doing a counter offer of some shit that needs to get fixed and then
Oh,
seller.
Oh, yeah. The art of the deal is what they call that. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Will they just give you an allowance probably so that you can fix it?
it's
usually
pretty
how it
much what
goes.
we're doing because there doesn't need to be a lot of stuff that needs to get fixed. on
Water heater needs a new water heater.
this. With the last place we looked at, like everything needed to get replaced. It would have been like north of like 30 grand of the shit. Dude. It was like the
Holy
furnace, the
fuck.
water heater, the AC.
Oof.
There's mold, like bad shingles.
Hey, my dad's a real estate agent. He says this cheesy shit all the time. He's like, if you didn't get the house, you didn't get it for a reason. And I mean, it kind of right for me, but it could be the same thing for you. You didn't want to deal with that shit.
Hell no.
No.
So
No.
probably a good thing, Jerrod.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which
You guys, I don't know why this came up, but I just think it's funny. My mom, so back when I was young, they bought the lake cabin that they have. And I remember they literally signed the papers at the cabin and the realtor hadn't even backed out of the driveway yet. And my mom was ripping off wallpaper.
Good for her though.
Oh yeah.
But the funny thing is now is once in a while, like a door will just randomly close. And the people that had it beforehand, the guy had like died. I don't know if he died in there. I think he died somewhere else, but it was like he built the home and it was his. And he had a shop in the back and it was like his family. And I think his name was fucking Tim or some shit like that.
Tim the Ghost.
And so every now and we're like, Mom, that's what you get for before the realtor even backed out of the driveway for tearing this place apart, trying to fix it. He's haunting you now because of that.
You desecrated his home.
Yeah. Once that pen left the paper, the wallpapers are
Like,
off.
I'm surprised my mom didn't just go like,
Like
this.
this.
Like she's signing the thing and then just her hand kept going to grab the wallpaper
She
off.
Yeah.
just used the pen to peel it off.
Yeah.
That's kind of funny.
That's what we're doing right now in the house is peeling wallpaper.
Nightmare.
This shit's a racket.
Do you got to score it first?
Well, so it's like they put on like a base paper and then like a almost vinyl type wallpaper on top of that. So like my grandma and my wife are doing it mostly. They're like spraying it and the water can't soak through the vinyl. So they're ripping it off in chunks like this big, none of the big satisfying pulls that you normally get. So me and my grandpa have a side bet on when the wallpaper is going to finally be off. And right now the line is like August.
Oh, really? I was thinking
August?
2027.
They're doing it every weekend.
Like, is it just like one room, one wall,
Right.
whole house?
Just the hallway.
okay.
So it's like a weird double staircase, kind of split level-ish, right? So it's like they have the vaulted ceilings in the stairwell that they're going to have a tough time getting to. And if you can only tear it off like a baseball at a time, it's going to take for fucking ever.
Well, I mean, you and your grandpa could fucking help.
Well, they don't want us to help.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's a sweet gig
Yeah.
for you.
I mean, I think it'd probably be faster if you just demoed the
Well,
wall and just redid the sheetrock.
I did one patch and I ripped off the previous paint. And they're like, well, now we're going to have to fill that spot. I'm like, well, why don't you just rip the paint off of all of it? And then it'll be fine. It was way easier than what you're doing. And then they're like,
They're trying to preserve the paint.
I guess underneath.
Isn't there glue on it?
I don't know. I have ripped off one piece and I was told to exit the room, so I did.
Yeah, do what you're told. That's
Yep.
another good life lesson.
Do what you're told.
Do what you're told.
And eat what you
Jerrod.
kill.
Yeah, eat what you kill. Do what you're told. And to keep your kid from being addicted to porn, give him porn magazines. That's the life lessons that we've had on this podcast so far.
This is the only place you're getting that sort of life lesson.
Yeah, where else are you gonna get that?
Eat what you kill.
You're not a hunter, Jerry. You wouldn't get it. Me and
True.
Tyler understands.
Hey, he's
it.
a house hunter. He's
Tyler,
got
you-
3 accepted offers.
What if I kill a housefly? Do I have to eat it?
Yeah,
That's a
Jared.
fucking good.
Honey,
that's a,
we're having fly
that's a
pie
good point.
tonight.
I'm very principled.
Yeah. Have you scoped out any of the neighbors, Jerrod?
No, it's a nice neighborhood. I haven't.
Not to fucking brag.
Yeah,
It's, it's in a pretty ritzy part of town.
it's got a fence.
Ooh,
Oh,
white picket or no?
Brown.
Ah,
Yeah,
Are
I
you
gotta
gonna
get
get a
that thing
dog to
white.
put in the fence?
A what?
A dog to put in the fence?
I don't think we're gonna get a dog.
Cat?
he's gonna get another fish so you can chill in the yard and not run
You
away.
could do a pond in the backyard.
You do a koi pond. When I moved into my
That'd be
last
sick,
house, there was a koi pond in the front yard.
Why didn't you keep that?
Yeah,
That sounds awesome.
I don't know. The neighbors had told me that I think they had like catfish in there at one point, and they died within a couple days. I mean, hey, catfish are they're bottom feeders. They're
Yeah.
mud suckers. They ain't gonna live in a koi pond. That's why they don't call it a catfish pond.
it's a really good point.
Awesome. Another great life lesson.
So if something's called a koi pond, don't put catfish in it. You know? No, I
quote.
I love that you said it like you just spit
Bars.
some absolute wisdom on us.
Wow. Oh. So yeah. I mean, go get Finn a pond for the backyard.
My dad built a pond when I was growing up, so
Nice.
yeah,
So he just dug a hole.
pretty much. And you get rocks and yeah,
Oh, okay, yeah. He did it nice.
it was nice. Yeah,
Nice.
Yeah.
it wasn't just like a little puddle, a big puddle, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Huh. Well, yeah. Looking forward to the housewarming party for both you and Tyler.
Mm-hmm. We probably do it the same day.
We could, we could do like a house hop, you know, kind of like a
No,
bar
yeah.
hop. but-
Actually, this is fucking. If we wanted an excuse to get a party bus, since we're 30 some years old and we don't have a good excuse to get a party bus,
Yeah.
we could have the housewarming party bus
a house hop.
For
that starts at Ryan's, then goes to Jerrod's,
yeah.
then goes to Tyler's.
Yeah, then it finishes like
No, we
maybe
want
out
to.
of
We
your
want to
cabin or
finish in
something.
town.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Sorry, Tyler.
yeah.
no. So you'd want to start at my house, drive all the way down there, start, and then come back this way.
Yeah.
Well, no, we would want to start at Jerrod's, go to Tyler's, then end up
Ryan's.
at Ryan's because that's probably the closest to my house at the end. So
Well, yeah, shit. And if
the housewarming party bus,
we do it,
not a bad idea actually.
no.
Is it just going to be the
And
four
then
of us?
everyone just gets like a metal spatula and just helps you get that wallpaper off for
Fuck
like
yeah.
a half
Mhm.
hour.
Fuck
you get,
yeah.
You get like 15 hands on it.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys can help me spread grass seed. And then we can help Jerrod
And
fucking
then
stay in that
you
deck.
know what? Let's
No, we-
end at my house. You guys can help me stay in that bench.
We got 4 guys staying in bed. It's like
It'd be like literally the area that the bench is in. If us 4 stood shoulder to shoulder, I don't think we would fit. We would have to turn sideways and paint like that.
it'd be like we're working for the city. Like you got one guy working and the other guy's just sitting there watching them.
Better idea on paper.
No,
We'll have one guy open up the stain can, one guy will mix the stain, one guy will put it on the brush, and the other guy will stain.
That's honestly a great idea to get house projects done. You get as many guys as you can together. You get a party bus. And then you just go to each person's house. And it's like, if you've ever watched Extreme Makeover Home Edition, if you just have enough hands, you can get shit done like that.
That's true.
An
Yeah.
8-hour project can be 1 hour if you have 20 guys working on it.
And see, and here's the caveat too is everyone is designated a number for their house. You put it in a hat, and then you start pulling the order.
Yeah.
Because by the time you get to whoever gets the drawn last, your buddies are going to be shit-faced, and your project is going to be out the door.
Yeah.
We're just gonna have beer and pizza ready at each home.
Yeah.
I mean, this actually sounds like an awesome idea.
I think it'd be fun.
Just
Yeah,
a
yeah.
weekend. You start Saturday morning early, little Irish coffee, Tyler.
Fuck yeah.
Woo!
On
You
the
start
bus,
at
get
one
a
guy's
thermos.
house, then you pull we shouldn't know the order.
Yeah.
It should be first
Sure.
house you pull it out. We're going to Ryan's. We're gonna
Okay.
spread grass seed. We get that done in 30 minutes. 20 guys.
That's actually a
Then we
sick
pull it out.
idea.
Oh, we're gonna go stain Jerrod's
Deck.
deck. Party bus goes over there.
Giant deck.
That would be awesome.
Because I mean, the best way to do home projects is to do them with your buddies.
And drunk.
And drunk.
Drunk.
And yeah,
Yeah.
shit
Booze.
face.
Hey,
yeah.
we gotta make sure I think we have to start at Ryan's house so we can load up his old water heater so we can bring that to Jerrod's.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can fucking do that. And
but even like painting your house, if you had 20 guys,
That would go.
it would go so fast.
for sure.
Like if in one room, if you had 5 guys painting one wall, how quickly that wall would get done.
I mean, I think it'd be done in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Honestly. Especially when we all had the pole roller deals.
Yeah.
I think what we did is we just invented the Amish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More drunk.
Yeah. Except we're
way more drunk.
Yeah, we're in a motorized vehicle. They're in a
Oh,
Yeah,
they're allowed to ride them. They
But
just
the
can't operate.
concept
Oh,
of
okay.
group effort work.
yeah. Yeah.
Communism.
Yeah.
Collectivism.
Jesus.
Everybody does their share.
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah. I mean, we do it in the next couple months too. My wife, DD, she can drive.
Hell yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, we'll just like rent like a Sprinter
Don't talk
van.
about his wife like that, dude. That's his wife.
Sorry.
What'd you say?
I said
He
beautiful.
called Meg beautiful. He's like,
Oh, she is.
he's podcast hitting on your wife.
I'll take it.
Compliment,
That's a
yeah.
compliment.
I'll bleep that out.
Yeah, dude,
Everyone thinks you said something bad.
They just hear the B. They think
Yeah.
Jerrod called her a bitch.
like, how sick would that be at like, let's say 8 a.m. Everyone gets to the mean spot. Everyone's just walking on with like their tool bags
Yeah.
and their fucking
Hero shot to begin with. We all got
Yeah.
our fucking gear loading up. Look like we're gonna go rob a casino like Ocean's 11.
yeah, ready to rip out honey-do lists. No honey-do list is safe today. Bad day to be a honey-do
Dude,
list.
I bet that there is a group of guys we could get 20 guys in Fargo that if you just said you get free beer for an entire day, they would do this and they wouldn't even throw their house into the mix.
For sure.
Yeah.
So now
For
you
sure.
just have an entire business that like if you just want to do manly shit and housework and get free beer, you just sign up and show up to the bus and then people like we would pay, $300 to have these guys come do a house project. I bet that you could do that. I bet people would sign up for that.
Mm-hmm.
And then you just ride around all day. It's like missionary work,
Yeah, and you charge less for each house the later in the day they want you
Because
to
you're
come.
gonna get shoddy crafts.
Yeah. The tape line, if you want painting done, the tape lines are going to be bad. If you've got 12 beers, Rick.
It's
Yeah.
also like, why aren't we doing this with everything? Like, why don't you get everyone in a van, get a trailer pulled behind it with everyone puts their own lawnmower on it. And then you just go to each other's houses and everyone takes one stripe at it and it's done. And it's fun.
Yeah.
Whereas just mowing your lawn on your own is like you're just mowing it on your own.
Looks like the coordinated baseball field mowers.
Yeah.
You just got like a whole line of
Yeah.
them.
Or the fairway mowers.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
That would be super cool.
You just every Saturday morning for like 3 hours, you just do you and all your buddies' lawns. You do one stripe.
Well, then, I mean, people are going to notice too. So, like, let's say you get a whole block on board. You just go from house to house. You could do an entire neighborhood in like fucking half a day, probably.
And
It's a great
camaraderie
Camaraderie. Yep.
and beer.
Sweaty jokes.
So I'm thinking about it. I would charge like minimum of $50 a lawn, absolute minimum. And if you can get a lawn done in 10 minutes, you would still make money paying 20 guys hourly. You just knock out, you'd get 50 lawns done in a day.
Yeah, it was 50 times 50, 2,500 or 2,500.
Something like that. Yeah.
Camaraderie. Though.
And that's
Camaraderie.
and that's
We don't do this for the money, Tyler.
No.
and that's minimum charge for a lawn.
It's gonna take longer to unload the trailer than to mow the lawn.
Honestly.
Well, so at my old house, my neighbor used to hire out his lawn mowing, and 2 guys would show up on riders. And you guys know how big my neighbor's lawn is.
Mm-hmm.
They would be done in 5 minutes, and I think they charge $60 a time.
Right.
Might as well.
I mean, that's great by the hour. So
yeah.
great idea, Myles.
You got any Patreon questions
I
or
do.
fun facts?
We'll do a Patreon question and then a fun fact. Ba-ba-ba. Let's see here.
Hey,
Oh.
I caught him unprepared.
Tyler, I've fallen and I can't pull out Ziegler.
You're only reading this question because of the name, aren't you?
Not at all.
That's a great name.
Fantastic.
My wife is a high school coach, and the rules forbid using conditioning as a form of punishment nowadays. What are some of the worst punishments you were dealt and saw someone dealt while playing sports?
Yeah, I didn't have to do this, but I think I told this before, maybe on this podcast. But before I got to college, the coaching staff that was there before would make guys roll 100 yards as a punishment. And then they just would like puke for like a few hours afterwards because they got so sick from just rolling. So that was one. We used to have to do plate pushes. So you just take a 45-pound plate and put it on the ground, and you just have to push it back and forth however many times. And it doesn't slide very well on some surfaces. So that sucks.
Yeah.
So there's that one.
In high school, there's a big wrestling tournament at the Fargo Dome called the Rumble on the Red. And the night before the Rumble on the Red, we were all in the hotel and we got a bunch of noise complaints and shit. So the next day, our coach made us run stairs, which was up the set of stairs, down that set of stairs, all the way around the Fargo Dome. And we had our heavyweight, just real big guy. He quit. He went and hid. We had guys puking on the steps of the Fargo Dome.
Where do you hide at?
He went down out the tunnel and hid in the bathroom.
Right by the Maui Wowie stand.
Yeah. So
Do you remember the Maui Wowie?
It's still there.
You just get fucking fruit smoothies at the ball game.
Great
Maui
place to hide.
Wowie.
So yeah, we had to run the
What a
entire
blast from the
Fargo Dome.
past.
The dudes throwing up, and like no fans were in yet. It was like weigh-ins early morning where only the wrestlers and the teams were allowed in.
It's really good that he's making you guys do that before a match.
Yep.
It's just so dumb.
It was like an unimportant tournament in the grand scheme of things. And he's like, well, if you guys are going to fuck off, then there's consequences.
Yeah, like they've already made weight, and now like they're trying to like rehydrate and shit, and he's just bringing it right back out of them.
You know what's a power move punishment that seems ass backwards, but it works, is like if a coach just ends practice early because they're mad.
Yeah, big time.
It's such a mind fuck because you're like, okay, I kind of not that mad that practice got done early. This is kind of nice, right?
Yeah.
But then you're like, psychologically, you're like, but now that actually makes me want to practice more because it's such a mind fuck.
Well, it's
Yeah.
the coach like, if you guys are going to fuck off all day, we might as well not have
Hey,
practice. Just
go home. Just go home.
Yep.
And you're like, God damn it.
Yep.
I kind of do want to go home and play some video games, but now it makes it seem not fun. Now I don't even like to go home and play video games because of this.
Yeah. You guys know like they call it infield outfield. So before the game, like each team goes through like their routine out in the field, ground balls, fly balls, cutoffs, whatever. There was a handful of times where our coach we'd be like 5 minutes into infield outfield, and he'd be like, yeah, bring it in. We're done. We're done. And we're like, holy fuck. And then so he'd bring us in and wouldn't say anything. He's like, all right, back to it. So it's just like a psychological thing. Like it makes you stop, run all the way and thinking you're done. And then you got to go right back.
So what would he say when he brought you guys in?
Yeah, we're done. We're done. I mean, I've seen. I told you about the T-shirt ripped down the middle in the hotel room. I've seen coffee cups thrown across the gym. Yeah, you guys think the vein in my forehead is bad? The vein in my college coach's neck was 10 times the size. 10 times the size.
I had a basketball coach fucking just, like the big industrial garbage cans.
Yeah.
Just karate kick that across the gym. And then when it finally got done, it was like a little like a bent, like when you dent a can. That's what it looked like after he kicked it.
He smoked it.
He also punted a basketball up into the rafters. Oh yeah. He was like normally a pretty well-mannered guy, but just once in a while at practice, he would fucking lose it.
Damn.
I remember this one.
I could see it.
I remember this one time we did this drill. He thought we needed to be tougher, just classic.
Yeah.
So you'd start at half court and one person be on the other, and you both would run to the hoop, and he would throw a ball to one of the two people running, and then whoever had the ball needed to score a layup, and the other one had to basically kind of foul him pretty hard. And it got to the point where it was kind of with the players. It was kind of like foul me hard, but like, don't, like this is a dumb drill. So it's like, don't really. And my buddy got me pretty good. And so then of course we get back into line and it's uneven line. So I'd be like, no, dude, I'm going in front of you. So I can line up with him again. He got it that time and just fucking wailed him.
Clothesline midair.
Everyone had to fucking run crushers after that. I got pissed.
God. Were you I could see you like when a coach would blow up, were you the type of kid that would like try not to laugh because you thought it was funny?
No, not really.
Okay.
No. I used to get technicals though in practice.
So
and every time you got a technical at practice, so everyone would have to run.
Sure. Yeah.
You'd have to watch.
And it's just, some kids just pissed me off, man. Just couldn't take it. Angsty teenager.
Yeah.
Could do the 3-man weave correctly.
Yeah. We're done. Pick it up.
We're done.
We're done. It's like fuck. It took one ground ball.
So my buddy Connor McGovern, he, not to brag, played in the league for 9 years or whatever, but he was actually on this podcast way back in the day, one interview. But in high school, he was just so much better than everyone that like quite literally so much better that I didn't find this out till later, but quite literally like the coaching staff had a discussion with him. Like basically they're like, we need you to figure out how to still be on your game on game day by like only going like 60% in practice. Because they're like, you are injuring the scout team players.
Well, like how old were the scout team players? Were they like sophomores? Or?
Yeah, I mean, they're just scrawny. Like,
Haven't hit puberty.
you're the scout team on a high school with 85 kids a class.
Yeah, right.
But every once in a while, I remember this one specific time, because so then he just like had to go 60% in practice and like have to be able to turn it on game day, right? But every once in a while, someone would provoke him and he would just lose it. And I remember like he just got so mad at this one kid who's doing a drill. He just went and just picked the kid up and held him over his head and fucking threw him on the ground. And it wasn't like this kid was the tiny kid. He was a guy that actually played. And it was like at that moment we all realized like what he's actually capable of. We're like, oh fuck. Yeah, you really have been only going 60%. But then we all were kind of like, why don't you just do that in the game on every play?
For like 80% on game day.
Yeah. You don't have to go 60% on game day, dude.
Yeah.
So then after that, I always try and like figure out a way to like, because it was kind of like, I felt like it was kind of the Hulk at that point, I just needed someone to get him angry. And so I tried to get him angry, which he didn't love that, obviously. It made him angry, but it worked at times.
Yeah.
Be like, hey, that D tackle called you a pussy. I heard him say it.
You might be right.
Like literally when he would go Hulk smash angry, he just they would hike the ball and he would just tackle the quarterback before he would hand off the ball. Like it's just
Such a
like,
freak.
yeah. But yeah, I just remember just picking him over the head and then just fucking slammed him on the
Jesus.
ground.
So like,
And
what,
we were all like, oh, okay.
is that what the coaches were doing too?
Yeah, the coaches obviously like broke it up, but I think I didn't see it, but they had to have been doing kind of the like whistle in their mouth, kind of smirking, like holy fuck, that was crazy.
Yeah.
Like this guy makes game planning.
Also, just the
lot
fact we
easier.
just that's just a legal thing you can do.
Mhm.
You know, if you were to do that on school grounds at school, you'd be suspended.
Juvie, you know?
You just because they got football pads on, you just slam them on the ground.
Yeah. Tyler, what'd you do in wrestling? If you get pissed at someone in wrestling?
We would have coaches when I was a captain tell me who to piss off. Because like they liked a little jarring back and forth because it's such an individual sport.
Yeah.
Like anger and competition is good for you. So they'd be like, hey, I need you to piss off Evan today. Get a little fire under Evan's gut. He's kind of lollygagging. And so like you'd be paired off wrestling live with one person and you kind of fucking run into Evan a bunch of times. Try to get a rise out of Evan and then tell him to get the fuck out of your way. And then just try to get a rise. But there was tensions were high. You're in a 90-degree room doing some sort of physical combat with another guy.
Yeah, right.
So
I'd say one of the best parts about being a pitcher is if someone did piss you off. I mean, you could put one up by their ear, and whoops, lost control there, you know. Or the best was like if
I
someone
think we call that chin music in the industry.
Shouldn't have had that popcorn before practice.
yeah, fuck, yeah, it's opposite of pine tar
Mhm.
on the fingers, but
Too many chin musics though. We're done. We're done.
God, it's the best.
As a pitcher, did you basically not practice with everyone else?
Yeah, we were kind of on our we pretty much separated.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought.
Yeah,
Like
we throw and we do a little bit of like ground ball work or whatever, bunt coverages, but yeah, we were out of there and like sometimes we're out of there in like an hour and a half, and then you know you got guys who have to fielding practice, hitting practice, and throwing, so they'd be there for 3 hours. So
not only do you don't do anything for 8/9 of the game, you also only have to practice about
8/9.
half as much.
I mean, yeah, a lot of it's like, you know, the mental strain of a closer though it's I would compare it to like a kicker trying to make a game winner, but when you're up 1 and you come in to try and close the game out, if things are not going well, it's like, well, we gave you that, like we handed you a lead and you fucking blew it.
Pull your scholarship.
I think pitching is such a wild sports thing for me to think about because there's no argument. It's the most important position in baseball, but they do the least amount of training, like hours wise. Like
they're some of the most unathletic people too.
Right. Like they have to be good at one thing.
Correct.
Like it doesn't matter if they can hit. It kind of matters if they can field. But as long as they can throw the ball, they're the most important
Correct.
guy out there.
If you can throw straight, yeah, 100%.
Yeah, like not to fucking brag, but the baseball guy in high school was like, Myles, we need you to come out and pitch. Like you just come to every third game. You don't even gotta come to practice. And I was like, Coach, I'm an all in or all out type of guy. So for that reason, I'm out.
I'm either always there or I'm not there.
I'll pitch
at
with the
all.
whole game.
It's like so funny. Like
Every
you show
game.
any
Yeah.
glimmer in high school of that you can throw something, and like the track coach wants you to do javelin.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Baseball coach, oh, you're left-handed. Fucking gotta get you in pitchers and catchers.
Yeah.
It's just-
Discus, shot put.
yeah, it's like you show any glimmer of you can throw something.
Yeah. Or if you're over, like, say you're over like 6'3" or 6'4", and you don't play basketball, like that coach is going to try.
Hounding you.
100%.
Yeah. We had a kid, he moved to Wapton. It was in like, I would have been in 7th grade. He was in 8th grade. He was like 6'5", 6'6" in 8th grade. Didn't play basketball though. And everyone was like, fuck, dude, we're gonna be good in a couple years. Hopefully he's like 6'9" by the time we get to high school.
No, he's done growing.
And then we find out doesn't play basketball. Nor did he never played basketball.
We bullied
So-
my friend into playing football. He was a tennis player. We bullied senior year. He quit tennis.
Really?
Played football for a year.
Well,
Poor
Would
kid.
probably love tennis too.
Yeah,
Yeah, like
good
a
pro.
state champ as a junior.
Yeah.
Just got bullied too much to just quit senior year.
Good one, pro.
Whoops.
Got any fun facts, Jerrod?
Yep, it would take 19 minutes to fall to the center of the Earth.
Oh,
Yeah.
what did
Wow.
I mean? We'd burn
How long
up.
does
Right,
it
you
take
burn.
to fall off the Empire State Building?
I didn't foresee that one.
Come on, Jerrod.
We're talking free. Yeah, wow.
I mean, there should be a math equation that we could do.
I'm not a math guy. I'll do it right now.
You can just Google it; it'll tell you.
Yeah, because like you guys are gonna hit,
And
the
then you're
ground
gonna get
faster
on
than
a
I will.
you're gonna get on a watch
you aren't.
list.
I mean, maybe. Yeah. Yeah.
What did
Yeah.
you say?
I said you guys are gonna hit the ground from the Empire State Building faster than I will.
But what's crazy is
Maybe.
if there's no atmosphere, we all would hit the ground at the same time.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah, weight doesn't matter. It's air resistance.
Yeah. We overcome air resistance better because we weigh more.
Mhm.
You're like a parachute.
So if you put it in a vacuum, literally, like this was Galileo's theory, and then they proved it. If you drop a feather and a cannonball, they hit the ground at the same time with zero air resistance.
So it's all about
9.5 seconds.
from air.
Empire State.
Empire
Building.
State.
Damn.
That's a long time. 9.5.
Yeah, but 19 minutes.
No, 19 minutes is crazy.
Oh yeah.
How big?
But 9 seconds by itself falling is a lot.
Yeah, it's like one. It's like, splat.
Mm-hmm. That's a long time.
That's a fucking long. I ran out of breath. I couldn't even do it in one breath.
I think you would probably okay. Back to this air resistance thing. Give me like
Explain it to me like I'm four.
explain to me like where I would be in an environment with no air
You
resistance.
wouldn't.
Okay,
You wouldn't.
Gotcha.
Ever.
I
Unless
just
you're
saw
in
one
space.
video. I saw the exact video Tyler saw. So I
Well, this
thought
is
I'd
a
bring it up.
Galileo.
But you saw the video with the bowling
yeah, being
ball
in
and the
space.
feather.
when they actually did it,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
they put it in a vacuum with zero air, and they dropped the feather and the bowling ball at the same time.
And they landed at the exact same time.
Yeah. No, I get that. You're
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
In space.
In space.
Space,
that
or if
checks out.
somebody built a giant vacuum and you happen to trip in it,
Big ass Roomba.
you'd die
Huh.
anyway because your lungs would implode.
When you guys were younger, did you ever think if you dug far enough like down into the ground, you'd end up in China?
Yep. Totally. I was told that several times.
Where did that ever come from?
And parents would say, and it'd be like cartoons. They would
What are you
literally
digging
dig
to China?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was convinced.
I'd be like in the sandbox, fucking 2 feet deep, and be like, I gotta be getting close.
And it takes you 19 minutes just to fall to the, what do you say, the core?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Core, yeah. Huh.
So that'd be
So 38 minutes.
38.
I think,
China.
yeah.
China.
38 minutes to China. Great band name.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
What's up, everybody? We're 38 minutes to China. Let's all have a great time tonight. 1, 2, 3. Why they're playing Blue Oyster Cult? I don't know. I did that on our other video the other day.
That was a good intro.
Is that it, Jerrod?
That's all we have.
All right, boys and girls
Right?
that are listening, and Ryan. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of You Betcha Radio Podcast. May your free fall be enjoyable and your practice be what?
Done!
We're done!
We're done! Can you imagine if you pulled that out in a podcast? Like if things just
There's been times I've fucking thought about it.
like things just aren't going good.
We're done!
We're done. Okay.
I've thought about it. See you guys in the next one.
Later, guys. Love you.
You betcha, yeah.
Yeah.
Old men sit comparing scars and knees, talking surgeries under shady trees. Ryan's Roomba claims it's rain allowed, spinning chaos in his house unbowed. Jerrod's secrets locked up nice and tight. He won't tell a soul no matter the night. Ryan's coach storms with a thundering tone. We're done here, echoes through the phone. Sweep the garage, let the dust bus take flight. House full of madness from day to night. Life spins faster, but we'll hold tight. Bring the party bus, the future's bright. Bring the party bus, the future's bright. Jerrod's new house standing proud and tall, beaming like sunshine through an open hall. Empty rooms scream for life to ignite. Dreams build louder with every sight. Golden balloons and a key to the door. Ryan sweeping dust trails across the floor. Party bus honking, it's ready to roll. Fill new walls with stories to console. Sweep the garage, let the dust take flight. House full of madness from day to night. Life spins faster, but we'll hold tight. Bring the party bus, the future's bright. Bring the party bus, the future's bright.
Ryan's secret fling. During the spring and fall harvest, wife doesn't want me to consume nicotine. What should I do to stay awake after I hit the 30-hour mark and caffeine stops working?
You poor guy. That's like the time you need it the most.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I have an uncle who doesn't chew normally except for during
Right.
harvest season. That seems ass backwards.
Totally.
Back asswards.
Can you read the question again?
During the spring and fall harvest, wife doesn't want me to consume nicotine. What should I do to stay awake after I hit the 30-hour mark and caffeine stops working?
Right.
I mean, how is she gonna? Number one, how is she gonna even know?
Yeah.
And like,
Yeah, I mean, my guess is that she knows if he's actually doing long cut. She might
Yeah,
be able to
yeah.
tell, his breath smell a little different.
Sure.
So then just switch to nicotine pouches. Then she'll never know.
and keep him in the tractor, keep him in the combine, whatever your grain cut.
Put him
whatever
in
you're
a
driving.
jerky chew tin.
Oh,
You
that's
know?
good.
That's foolproof.
Yeah, because then she's going to be like, oh, good. He's doing what I told him to. There's jerky chew.
Or what you could do is they sell like nootropic pouches now for like, I don't know, enhanced brain cognitivity, whatever the fuck you call it.
Cognitivity.
Yeah. Anyway, you just buy one of those cans and then just swap them out. Keep
Well,
swapping them
even
out.
if you want to do long cut, just put it in a jerky chew can and just be like, yeah, they just make the jerky chew just smell just like tobacco. It's an awesome alternative.
Yeah, it's for people trying to
Just a little
quit.
more
Nicotine
fiberglass.
free.
It's like, yeah, if you're chewing, it's like no one's gonna your behavior doesn't change when you're chewing.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's like if you were to tell her that you weren't drinking and you came home and you're a little drunk, like she's gonna know.
Yeah, you can't really.
She can't
cover
be
that
like,
up.
oh, I got this gum that's booze scented, But how's she gonna know?
You guys are
Nobody's gonna know.
You guys remember when I had those like it was like something buffalo pouches?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
They're
remember.
like they're just like a alternative to nicotine tobacco. I mean, those taste and smell exactly like long cut or like an actual tobacco pouch.
So what is it?
That's a good question. I don't even know. I was out on. 'Cause I'm not a huge fan of that taste and smell. But again, you just swap it out.
But what's funny is like the bad part about chewing long cut is that you're putting the like tobacco in your lip. It's not necessarily the nicotines that's the problem.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like,
It's cutting your
To-
lip up.
yeah, to me, it's like I get that you're trying to quit nicotine,
Yeah.
but then
yeah.
you're just putting still the bad stuff in your mouth. It's kind of funny if it actually is tobacco.
Yeah, no, there's no tobacco. It's tobacco nicotine.
So
free.
what is it?
That's a great
I
question.
think it's probably just an oral fixation deal. Tastes the same, feels the same.
Yeah.
Because like when I've quit multiple times, that's the worst part. Is like
Just having something.
you had to have something
Yeah.
in your mouth, like chewing on seeds, chewing on gum. She's like, oh, having something in your mouth is like half the fucking battle.
Yeah. Having something in your mouth is fucking awesome.
Sunflower seeds could be an option.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Especially if you're a
I-
sunflower farmer,
You
you'll have
gotta
unlimited seeds.
you gotta get ones with low salt.
Yes.
Low, because otherwise you're just gonna tear up your mouth.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And it's not a good kind of tear up either. You know?
No.
Mhm.
It's
not.
It just gets so raw and shriveled.
Yeah.
It's the worst. Just having a shriveled mouth. Terrible sensation.
I think if you're putting those type of hours in, I think you do what you got to do to stay awake.
Yeah.
I mean, I think if I was in this situation, my wife would rather me be chewing nicotine or tobacco versus like rolling the tractor in
Right,
a ditch.
falling
something.
asleep
Yeah,
on the
falling
wheel.
asleep.
That
on
is
the
true.
wheel.
Great spin zone.
So
It's not
Saving my
it's
life.
not yeah, it's a safety thing.
yeah, yeah.
Like honestly, I would just counter and be like, how about I just don't chew when I'm not in harvest?
Yeah, it
Mhm.
sounds like a situation of like, you know, it's cool if you chew outside of planting and harvest, but when you're doing like when you're in the thick of things, no way.
Yeah, when you're the most stressed during the two most important times
Yeah.
of your entire livelihood, don't use that stress reducer.
Yeah.
This is ass backwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about you just don't chew during the middle of the summer when you're just irrigating and spraying and shit?
Yeah. Or you could bring her out there with you. Say, hey, I want you to work like the same shifts that I'm working. I want you to do the same jobs, and then see if you need something to keep you awake at hour 30.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, really, I think the best option here is you need to make the choice that you want sound better than another choice. So just be like, do you want me to just resort to cocaine then?
Yeah.
Do you
I
want me to go to drugs?
Straw man argument.
Guess I'm gonna have to smoke meth to get to the planet.
I guess meth it is.
I'm not gonna chew though. Don't worry.
Yeah.
We are in South Dakota. Meth, we're on it.
Yeah.
Looks like I'm gonna meth around.
Yeah. You want me to? Yeah.
You want
You want me to Mike
have a
Tyson
little?
it? I'll
You want
meth
me
around.
have a little can in my pocket or a dime bag? You tell me.
You tell me.
And I mean, what's she gonna say to that?
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't want you to do either. It's like you can't have both, honey.
Yep. Pick one.
We're not living in fantasy land.
Mm-hmm. We live in reality.
Ultimatums always work.
Mhm.
Correct. Yeah.
Keeping score.
If you ask me not to do this, we're getting a divorce.
There we go. There we go.
Guys, if you want more You Betcha Radio, you got to check out our Patreon. You got to go to patreon.com/You Betcha Radio or look us up on the app, and we have hundreds of hours of other episodes on there that you can't get unless you're signed up. So you got to check us out on Patreon. You Betcha Radio, baby.